Grasshopper, a tragic tale told by a narrator, assisted by soloists. Grasshopper is an ancient theme with modern inversions. Theme. This verse describes how the young grasshopper, gay and debonair, elevating his elbows, assumed a sedentary position upon the sweet potato vine.
The grasshopper sat on the sweet potato vine. The grasshopper sat on the sweet potato vine.
We call attention to the stealthy approach of the gobbler and his horrid delight in this unnatural banquet.
And the big turkey gobbler, he came up behind and gobbled him down off the sweet potato vine.
The next verse describes pathetically, in a minor key, the grief of the afflicted family of the deceased grasshopper.
The grasshopper sat on the sweet potato vine. The grasshopper sat on the sweet potato vine. And the big turkey gobbler, he came up behind and consumed him there on the sweet potato vine.
And now we set forth the feelings of the bereaved one, who expected to have administration of his property. Allegro, molto vivace, suggesting divi.
The grasshopper sat on the sweet potato vine. The grasshopper sat on the sweet potato vine. And the big turkey gobbler, he came up behind and gobbled him down off the sweet potato vine.
And the tender young female grasshopperess, betrothed to the deceased, bewailed his taking off in the school of the German ballad as follows: Andante, with sobs and pocket handkerchiefs.
There was his form upon the sweet potato vine. Sweet was his voice upon the sweet potato vine. But cruel, cruel was that gobbler took that turkey
from them and made a meal of him.
But the turkey gobbler, who was basso profundo, regarded it as a meritorious performance, and he therefore gave this account of it in the school of the English ballad: maestoso, with ferocity and gore. High on the stalk of a slender twine, the grasshopper sat on the sweet potato vine. High were his elbows and high were his knees, and an entomological wonder was he. He looked on the landscape and hummed him a song, but he did not enjoy that repose very long. For a big turkey gobbler he came up to him, and he gathered him in. He gathered him in. Gathered. He gathered him in. And the Reverend Bumblebee, at the next meeting, edified those assembled with this view of the shortness and uncertainty of insect life.
Short was days on the sweet potato vine. For all flesh is grass, brother, on the sweet potato vine. And many are the evil birds that come up behind to destroy their den on the sweet potato vine.
And an ancient maiden aunt of the deceased, who liked a good old Scotch song with feeling in it, deplored her nephew's retirement from the world in these accents: adagio, with tender nasal sadness.
Turkey cocks were I forgot and never brought to mind. The gobbler he came down the brain and crept up behind. Took a right good wily walk for old anxiety.
And a colony of black bugs that lived under the sweet potato vine rejoiced in their master's downfall in this unseemly fashion. Allegretto, with heathen levity.
Oh, Mr. Hoppergrass is sitting on the tater, thinking mighty hard on the ways of human later. Big turkey gobbler came creeping up behind, gobbled him down off the sweet potato vine, gobbled him down off the sweet potato vine, gobbled him down off the sweet potato vine, gobble, 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 gobbled him down off the sweet potato vine.
Oh, Mr. Hoppergrass sitting on of the sweet potato vine.
It was at this moment that a herald arrived, breathless on the scene, where were assembled kings, priests, gypsies, peasants, soldiers, serfs, and ladies of the court, a class of population never brought together except on the stage of an Italian opera for choral purposes. And in stately recitativo, the herald thus addressed them, after which they all indulged in a chorus accompanied by trumpets and chimes.
Horrible occurrence. On yesterday morning, as Mr. G. Hopper was seated in the valley of his own Vinente tree, he was approached from the rear by a miscreant known as Turkey, alias Gobbler. And the unconscious Mr. Hopper was assaulted and violently eaten. No portion of the person of deceased was recovered. His relatives have left only the sad hope that he may have proven to be very gobbled him up.